everybody, and welcome to Oahe Zap Baseball at beautiful Hyde Stadium here in Pierre, South Dakota, where we have a great matchup on hand for you today for opening day. It's the Casper Spuds taking on your Oahe Zap.
First, here's the starting lineup.
And last year, if you remember, if you're a big-time Oahe Zap fan, unfortunately, they fell just short of an Independence League title. They won the second half league title, and then they played the Sasquatch of Spearfish. They were swept 2 games here, and then the Spearfish Sasquatches finished up the Oahe Zap with a win in Spearfish to claim the Independence League title. This year, Oahe, they're back for revenge. They returned 12 players from last year's roster. Ty Farewell, if you remember him, he was tied for third with most hits in the Independence League with 51. But they will have to replace some production. Vince Palizzi, he's not returning, as I just stated. He was fourth in the Independence League with a .600 slugging percentage. Vince was also second in the conference with 7 home runs. Farwell, though, he's returning today, was third with 5 home runs. So some really good things to look forward to with the Zap, as you have Jamie Haberter, back at head coach, and then you have a new assistant head coach in Aiden Johnson, who we're really intrigued to see today. But as I introduce my partner, Nick Bennett, some maybe keys to the game or some players to watch as you were looking over your notes and as you were preparing for this game.
Yeah, definitely. I would say for our starting pitcher, Brady Glenn, a fifth-year senior, and he's definitely the old guy on the team, but that can also be great for the team, being able to show the leadership against them. And then I would also say, like, the first baseman for us in Quinn Ludvigsen, he's been showing great play. He's been very athletic, actually, in practice this past couple days. And also, when the field's looking pristine, the fans at home can see the field. But this morning, it was a different story. Rain, puddles, every single place as they keep announcing the lineup. And, yeah, Brandon, how about you introduce the visiting team in the Spuds and their lineup?
Yeah, so batting first, the third baseman, Andrew Witt. Batting second, the center fielder, Alex Downing, number 11. Batting third, the second baseman, Addison Patton. Batting fourth is the left fielder, Caden Wilcox. Batting fifth is the catcher, David Denton. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Cale McCarville. Batting seventh is the designated hitter, Drew Wardle. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Cal Cosins. And batting ninth to finish up is Carter Pack, the shortstop. And for the Oahe Zap, batting first, number 5, Dominic DiCarlo. Batting second, the third baseman, Ty Farwell. Batting third, we had a slight change to the lineup earlier, but the right fielder, Landon Meyer, you may not see him on your programs or at home on your rosters, but he is new to the program. Batting fourth is the designated hitter, number 28, Garen Gledhill. Batting fifth is the second baseman, Mason Melton. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Quinn Ludvigsen, who you mentioned earlier. Batting seventh is the shortstop, Cy Taylor. And batting eighth is the catcher, Augie Goethals. And batting ninth is number 1, Blake Imhoff, the left fielder. As the PA announcer gets ready to announce the umpires for today's game, as now we will celebrate with the playing of our national anthem before the opening pitch of a wonderful day of baseball here in Pierre, South Dakota. Glad you could join us. beautiful singing of our national anthem right there as we are about to have the opening pitch for the Oahe Zap season against the Casper Spuds. Like I said, beautiful day for baseball. It was not great earlier. It was raining heavily. But now 60 degrees, a little bit windy, gusts up to 29 miles an hour, which will affect the ball trajectory, I'm definitely thinking, as the Zap get ready as they take the outfield. And any last words, Nick, about this game? Any last-minute stats or things you would like to bring up as we get ready to call the opening pitch?
No, I hope that this game marks a beginning to a hopefully great season for the Zap, and we get back to the championship title, and hopefully this time, if it is Spearfish again, we conquer them.
All right. Brady Glenn warming up on the mound. As you said, a fifth-year senior. Taking the first few practice pitches. This season in college for Brady Glenn, he pitched 16 innings, gave up 19 hits, 12 runs, walked 12 batters, and struck out 13. So he was definitely a key piece in last year's title run that the Oahe Zap had. And as we look at the first batters coming up for the Casper Spuds, you're looking at a dangerous lineup. Andrew Witt, who's coming up to the plate first. 12 games, 17 at-bats, 6 runs on 5 hits. Had a slugging percentage of .294. And March 21st at the Nighthawks, he was at the plate 3 times. He scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Dangerous hitter.
Especially a lefty on the bump, righty-lefty matchups. You love to see that. If you
very
are
intriguing.
righty in the box.
DeCarlo in center field. Farwell, third base. First base is Ludvigsen. Second base is Melton.
Leading off for the Spuds.
And here we go. The highly anticipated first pitch of the Independence League season right here in Pierre, South Dakota. Glad you could join us. Glenn readies for the pitch to Witt. And a strike. 0-1 the count. Glenn readies. Lefty-righty matchup, ready. Swung on and hit. Deep right field. Back and caught to retire Witt. Great start by Glenn. Was able to get Witt to chase. Witt hit it hard, but not quite enough to get it to the wall.
And now some will say the worst matchup in baseball.
The pitch, chopper, taken by the shortstop, throw high but caught, and that will retire the second batter, Alex Downing.
Quick start from Glenn. That's what you like to see.
Yes. Pitchers, like quarterbacks, often like to warm up, get a first few pitches in, and right now, 2 outs in the first 3 pitches for Glenn. Ideal start. Now let's see if he can get a 1-2-3 inning. Pitch, down low, ball 1.
And it's interesting, Brandon, with this kind of setup with stadium, you can't really see a pitch clock going on.
No, you can't. Second pitch from Glenn, right down the middle for a strike. Evens up the count, 1-1. Addison Patton, the second baseman, readies for the 1-1 pitch. No men on base. Swing and a miss. Pitch down low in the zone. And he got Patton to chase. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Can Glenn get a 1-2-3 first half of the inning? Glenn readies the pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. And it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Brady Glenn and the Oahe Zap, as we have DeCarlo, Farwell, and Meyer all coming up for the Oahe Zap in the bottom of the first inning. And we will take a short ad break and be right back to Oahe Zap baseball 0-0.
Our number one goal is to educate you.
Then we
Did you
remind you to
know
make your
that
move
this
to
is
a Barrel
how the
Orthopedics,
processing
the official
industry
sports
works?
medicine provider for the
Costs
Oahe
of
Zap.
card
Barrel
brands,
Orthopedics offers
nobody
comprehensive
can
orthopedic
change.
care to support
There's
you on
junk
every move.
fees that sound
Learn
like they
more
fit.
at
Having a custom-fit
Avera.org/care.
solution is another reason people move to CHIP. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
As we return to action here at Hyde Stadium, 0-0 the score, bottom of the first inning, as the Casper Spuds are warming up in the outfield. And for the Spuds and their new pitcher, Luis Lupe from Midland University.
Two lefties starting on the bump. You normally don't really see that, Brandon.
No, you don't. You're right. And you look at Dominic DeCarlo, who's coming up to bat first for the Oahe Zap. 31 starts, 116 at-bats, 21 runs scored, and 21 hits. 15 RBIs in his time at the University of Pikeville last year. When I was looking up Luis, he actually hadn't pitched for his college, which was very interesting to me. He hadn't pitched for Midland University. Now, he is only just a freshman, I believe, coming out of his freshman year. But it'll be interesting to see how he deals with really the core piece of this Oahe Zap lineup. As then you have, after DeCarlo, you have Farwell, who I told you at the beginning was tied for the third most hits last year in the Independence League with 51. But let's start off with DeCarlo. Readying against Lupe. First pitch. Up high, a little bit outside of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. No outs, no men on base for the Oahe Zap. Bottom of the first inning. Ready for the 1-0 count. Ball up high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes, excuse me.
And DeCarlo, he's on the smaller side, but in BP, he can hit bombs.
Yes. DeCarlo readies for the 2-0 count. Lupe kicks and deals. Down low, skips into the catcher and bounces off him. 3 balls and no strikes. Not the start you would want from Lupe. A little bit shaky. 1 ball away from walking DeCarlo as he readies the pitch. And that will catch the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. No outs. In the bottom of the first. Lupe readies. Deals. High pop-up. And dropped. And not able to secure and calculate where the ball was going to land was the catcher. And that high pop-up was able to get DeCarlo to first.
And just like our PA announcer heard, you may have heard it, run that out. Yep, you got to run those out, even if it drifts foul. Because he could have honestly gotten to second, possibly.
He definitely could have. Farwell, the third baseman, readies with DeCarlo at first. No outs. Pitch from Lupe. Strike right down the middle. 1 strike, no balls, no outs. DeCarlo at first. Lupe readies. Looks on DeCarlo, then looks back at him after he looked off. Now he kicks and deals. Swing and a high fly ball to center field. That'll be caught. And that'll retire Farwell.
Good contact. Unfortunate result that he hits it just to center field.
Landon
Meyer, the right fielder. The late entry into the lineup today. Enters with a man on first. One out. Lupe deals. Swing and a miss. At a ball down low that's scooped into the dirt. One strike, one out.
Which one are you using whenever we're in between?
Meyer readies. Lupe deals. And a bunt. Third base side. And it skips off of the pitcher, the third baseman, as he was not able to handle it. And DeCarlo will move to second. He was stealing second base anyways. And that little bunt was able to get the third baseman to stumble for a bit. That third baseman was Andrew Witt, who flew out in the top of the first inning. Gledhill readies. Man on second and first. One out. The pitch up high. One ball and no strikes.
Did you just do 28?
Yeah.
So do you have something off, or like, why is it?
Gledhill readies for the 1-0 count. Swing and a chopper. First base side, foul.
Yeah, it was interesting. Maybe a little stumble with the grass still being a little wet from the rain all last night and earlier this morning.
So like doing crowd prompts, ordering music.
Gledhill readies. Should be a 1-1 count. But down low, and that gets away from the catcher, and DeCarlo will move to third on the error by the catcher.
Just sloppy mistakes. You don't want to see that if you are a Spuds fan. Like to see that if you're a Zap fan, however.
Meyer moves to second on the error. Now both runners in scoring position. As Gledhill readies for the 1-1 count. Swing and a fly ball. Deep left field. Will it drop? It will in front of the right fielder. And coming in to score is DeCarlo and Meyer easily. And that will give the Oahe Zap a 2-0 lead. And is he safe? Gledhill is safe at third base. No, he is out.
No, he's safe.
Okay.
He's safe. He's safe by a mile there.
2-run score, just like you can feel safe at home with Farmers Union Insurance.
Safe at third base is Gledhill, as it was a little bit of a blooper. He was traveling to that left field foul pole, but dropped right in front of the left fielder, Caden Wilcox. As the pitch inside the strike zone for a strike. Melton readies for the 0-1 count. And just catches the outside corner. Not called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out. Gledhill on third. 2-0 Oahe Zap lead. The Casper Spuds. Lupe deals. Swing and a grounder right to the second baseman. And he will retire Melton.
Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 11,
Ludvigsen coming to the plate with 2 outs. Gledhill scored on that last sacrifice bunt. Pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on base for the Zap, leading 3-0 over the Casper Spuds, bottom of the first. Lupe deals down low, skips into the catcher's arms. 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs.
Is the music working up there, or do I need to come back up?
Lupe working on Mason Melton out of University of Pikeville. Deals. And that will catch the inside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Melton readies. Pitch will catch the inside corner again. Same kind of a pitch. And Melton caught looking right at it. And Melton went on that pitch inside, and that will retire the Oahe Zap, but not before they were able to get 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the first. And the Zap lead 3-0 at the bottom of the first as the Casper Spuds come back onto the plate, having gone 1-2-3 in that top of the first. As we are ready for another ad break, and we'll return shortly at Pierre.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm with CHIP. We're a local payment processing organization based out of Spearfish, South Dakota. You could think about CHIP as an extension of your payroll. With CHIP, you get a customized solution for your business, as opposed to if you're just going to go online and find a payment processor, you get whatever they do. It's just whatever they have out of their box is the box that you get put into. With us, we actually are looking at custom solutions that fit what you do. We sit down with you, we break it down so you understand what you're looking at. That way you can make an informed decision about your business and what is the right thing for you to do. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
We are back in Pierre, where the score is 3-0. The Oahe Zap lead the Casper Spuds as we get ready for the second inning of play. Casper Spuds leading off with Caden Wilcox, the left fielder, then David Denton, the catcher, and Cale McCarville, the first baseman. As you look at Wilcox, who is just about entering the batter's box this past season, 47 starts, 183 at-bats, 51 runs scored on 61 hits, and 46 RBIs.
The left fielder, number 13.
So righty-lefty matchup as Glenn works on a bases empty first pitch in the second inning. On the outside, ball 1 on Wilcox. Glenn readies. Pitch catches the strike zone up high. Evens the count up at 1-1. No outs. 3-0. The Zap lead. Glenn, the pitch, swing and a miss, and a ball down low and outside. Able to get Wilcox to chase. 1-2 the count on the left fielder, Caden Wilcox. Swing and a miss again, as it looked like it was tipped, but the catcher collects and throws out to first for the first out of the second inning.
Yep, just a little drop, third strike. Catcher gathers it and throws over to first.
David Denton, the catcher, readies with 1 out in the second inning. Strike at the top of the zone. 0-1 the count, 1 out, no men on base for the Casper Spuds. Pitch outside, and David Denton did not chase. Glenn readies. The pitch, high. Two balls and no strikes. Glenn kicks and deals, swing and a miss. Down low and outside. Can Glenn get through the first 5 batters without surrendering a single hit or a single walk? The pitch, swing and a fly ball, deep left field, foul territory though, and we will come back to the plate with the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, 3-0 the Zap lead over the Casper Spuds. Top of the second inning. Denton readies the pitch from Glenn high, and that gives us a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Denton, 40 hits, 21 RBIs, but he has struck out 28 times this past season in college. The pitch, and that was down low, and Glenn has walked his first batter of the ball game in the top of the second inning.
The first baseman, number 22.
Unfortunately, he can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but technically he could if he gets a double play here.
That's what you're hoping for with Glenn. But Glenn gotten off to a good start so far, unlike his counterpart, Luis Lupe of the Casper Spuds, as Cale McCarville, the first baseman, chops one left field side, foul ball. McCarville appeared in 38 games this past year, 21 runs scored and 25 hits. The pitch, down low, skips to the catcher. He collects. No damage done, though, as Denton will not try to steal second base. Evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the top of the second inning. McCarville readies. Denton looks back to first, then pitches, and skipped back into the net. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, 3-0 Zap lead.
Did that not tip off his bat?
It did. It did tip off his bat.
Yeah, but the runner advanced, so guess it didn't.
Huh. Umpire has a better view than us, so apparently it did not tip as that ball is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Man on second. Cale McCarville readies with a man in scoring position. Swing and a high fly ball, center field, drops in front of the left fielder. Here comes Denton in to score easily. And the Spuds have their first run of the ball game as David Denton scores on a stand-up single.
The designated hitter, number 31, Drew Wardell.
With 1 out left in this top of the second, that cuts the Zap lead down to 2, 3-1. Drew Wardell, the designated hitter, is up at the plate. Swing and a miss. He blew it by him. 0-1 the count, and that must feel good for Glenn, having just let the Casper Spuds score their first run of the game and come back right with a fastball and blow it right by Wardle. Second pitch of the at-bat down low, evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Glenn gets the sign, readies, the man on first, 1 out, top of the second, pitch, high pop-up. Back behind the plate, catcher goes to try to make the catch, but cannot. And we will go to a 1-2 count, 1 out in the top of the second. Both catchers today have made errors on high foul balls, excuse me.
Why they're having so much trouble on those. I mean, it's never easy, but these guys have been around long enough, they should be able to catch them.
First game of the season.
Yeah, they've been playing ball.
Wardle readies.
Good thing.
The pitch, swing and a miss, he blew it by him. The throw to second is not close. And McCarville will steal second. But that's the second out of the top of the second inning.
Strikeouts are sponsored by
1-3, the Zap lead over the Casper Spuds.
Right fielder, number 16, Cal Cook.
Third strikeout for Glenn.
Yes. Cal Cosins, the right fielder. Readies for the first pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside. Man on second. Cosins readies for the second pitch offering. High fly ball, left field, back is the left fielder, and he will make the catch up against the wall.
Hey, how about that?
How about that catch from Blake Imhoff, the ninth batter in the order, but the left fielder making a great play right up against the wall to retire the Spuds, only allowing one run to score in the second inning and letting the Oahe Zap come back right up to the plate. As we will break for another ad, this is Oahe Zap Baseball.
If you are interested in just learning more about the payment processing industry, or if you're wondering if your rates are good, that's exactly why CHIP exists. We can set up a short meeting to have a discussion about your business. We can evaluate different options and present to you a few different ways. You can give us a ring, 605-569-3752. You can also go to our website, it's chip.cc. We would love to help you.
And that will put up the count 2 balls and 1 strike. With no outs, a man on second, that's Cy Taylor, and the Zap leading 3-1. Cy Taylor readies for the 2-1 count. Lupe looks back to second. Now back again. The pitch. Up high again, and he just cannot get the call for that high fastball to be just below the strike zone. Umpire having a little bit tough time calling those Lupe's way as he blows a fastball right by Goethals. Gets us to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Man on second is Cy Taylor. 3-1 lead for the Zap. Lupe looks back to second. Now kicks and deals. Swing and a miss again. And down goes Goethals. The first out of the inning for Lupe.
Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 1.
And Blake Imhoff, who just made that extraordinary catch over his shoulder at the wall in the last half inning, will come up to the plate facing Lupe with a man on second and a 3-1 lead. Lupe deals the first pitch, fouled back third base side. 0-1 the count, 1 out. Zap have jumped out in front of many of these pitches from Lupe. Lupe hasn't gotten the calls on the high fastball, just out of the zone. Lupe looks back to second. Now deals again, swinging a grounder to the second baseman and throws out Imhoff. But Cy Taylor will move to third. And now 2 outs in the bottom of the second with Cy Taylor only 90 feet away from home plate. As we go back to the top of the order with Dominic DiCarlo, the center fielder, coming up to bat for the Oahe Zap.
Singled in his last at bat in the top of the first to lead off this game.
A single would extend the lead for the Zap to 4-1. High foul ball, and it will be caught in the crowd, but not by the Casper Spuds. And we will continue this inning.
And thankfully, Brandon, it's not banana ball. That's not an out.
Feedback? You guys ready for some feedback? They would prefer one screen. So, and then when the ball's in play, move it to the other screen. If you can do that.
Pitch down the middle for a strike. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 3-1. The Zap lead. Cy Taylor 90 feet away from extending the lead by 1 for the Zap to 4-1. Lupe kicks and deals. Right down the middle, got him looking, and that will retire the Zap with Cy Taylor left on base. But the Zap still leading 3-1 as we will go to the third inning of play with the Zap leading again 3-1 over the Casper Spuds.
Earlier than normal with the first pitch.
Our number 1 goal is to educate you. Did you know that this is how the payment processing industry works? There's a cost from the card brands nobody can change. There's junk fees that sound like they fit. Having a custom fit solution is another reason people move to Chip. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
And we are back at Hyde Stadium for the start of the third inning of play.
As we move towards this top of the third, I will take over for the third, fourth, and then 7th inning. Brandon will be back for the 5th inning as Brady Glenn back on the bump. 3 strikeouts so far through this first 2 innings. Giving up only 1 hit and walked 1.
Yeah, that one hit, though, was costly as that scored the first run of the Casper Spuds in this ball game, but still a 3-1 lead, and the Zap hitting the ball well, getting out in front of those pitches from Luis Lupe as we get back to action.
Number 4, Carter Patak.
Carpicock. First pitch, lays down a bunt, lands foul in foul territory down the third base line.
They really struggled to field in bunts last year. I can't remember who it was. This team.
Do you like the small ball play, Brandon? Or would you rather
I do.
play normal?
I mean, it's effective. I mean, the Brewers, who I watch all the time, they're very effective with their small ball placement. And it's often better to rely on the small ball than to always be having to be relying on the homers every game.
0-1. Finds ball up top. Home plate umpire does not like calling the high pitches.
No, neither for Lupe nor Glenn.
1-1. Swing and a miss into the dirt. Count moves to 1-2.
Glenn's been able to blow some by these Spud players. He's been out in front and, did it hit him? Wow.
And that's a hit batsman.
Interesting there.
Hit by pitches sponsored
Definitely
by
didn't
Randy Johnson.
think that was going to be a hit by pitch, but nonetheless,
The third baseman,
batter and
number
Peacock
2,
will move
Andrew Witt.
to first, and now the leadoff hitter, Andrew Witt.
Swung at it, it was just a strike.
And he swung at it too, so that's interesting there, Brandon.
He did. It looked like the catcher initially got a piece of that. It looked like to me, but umpire said otherwise.
Pitch down, lays down a bunt. Witt will be safe at first, and that's a great bunt by Witt, being able to advance the runner and get safe at first himself.
Yeah, the pitcher, Brady Glenn, tracked it down, but by the time he did and he turned around, Witt was already safe at first, and there was no play at second. So great bunt, as you said.
Glenn, left side of the rubber, stares down the batter, and comes to, looks at the runner on second, pitches down. Another lay down bunt down the third base line. Third baseman in Farwell. He throws over to first. And not in time.
Last year we really struggled with that. Maybe it was this team that did that.
And now bases are loaded. And this is dangerous situation here, Brandon.
Yeah, Brady Glenn wasn't 2 straight bunts, and they weren't bad plays from the pitcher. It was just perfectly placed bunts on the left field side that kind of rolled, and the third baseman wasn't able to get there in time to throw out
$1 off
Witt.
for the remainder of the inning.
Bases loaded. Glenn comes to. Throws down. That's a fly ball to out of play.
And that's strike 1.
Count moves to 0-1. Partly cloudy skies stay. Hoping the rain stays away a little bit north of us.
How are you doing?
Missouri down to our right, a little south of here. Glenn pitches down. Chopper down the third base line. That's foul.
And that's strike 2.
0-2 count. Now even if you try, if he gets a little chopper, step on home and then throw to first. You don't want to, you want to get the easiest out, obviously, but if you can avoid a run, get it. Space is loaded. 0-2 count. No outs here in the top of the third. Glenn comes to. Sets and deals. Ball into the dirt.
Yeah, and what a strikeout would do for Glenn here is it's very paramount that he gets a strikeout because that would boost his confidence, get him a little bit of motivation and momentum here, and say, hey, we can get a double play, maybe get a pop up and throw back to home. And
Corner's
get out.
in. Swing and a miss. Got it by the batter.
Just like I said, a strikeout is paramount, and Glenn delivers.
$1 off here, the remainder of this inning.
As now Caden Wilcox will come up.
Number 13, Caden Wilcox.
That was Glenn's 4th strikeout. Glenn comes to, sets and deals. Foul ball, hits the Hyde Stadium sign.
Caden Wilcox leads the Casper Spuds in college RBIs at 46 this past year.
Pitch down. Call ball, high and in. 1-1 count. Now with an umpire not giving many called strikes up high, do you go more down and stay away from the up? Pitch down. Swing and miss, foul ball.
I think initially you would adjust as a pitcher, and then you would, as you start with your curveballs down low, your sinkers, and then you start working your way back up and see if you've maybe shifted the umpire's strike zone just a little bit at the end of the game and contest it again.
Glenn comes to. Sets and deals. Foul ball, hits the Hyde Stadium once again. Count move stays 1-2.
Brought to you by Avera Orthopedics. From pain to possibility. Trust Avera Orthopedics.
Glenn back on the mound, left side of the rubber. Lefty-righty matchup. Corner still in. Pitch down. Grounder to third in Farwell. He throws home, gets the force out at home, and what a heads-up play there from Farwell.
Yeah, Farwell, the grounder was right to him. He didn't really have to do much except spin around and throw it right back to home, and the catcher, Goethals, right there to make the play, to step on the bag, get the force out at home, and now you're in a situation where a pop-out, a fly-out, a ground-out will get you out of this jam, and only and will leave three batters, on base with no damage done.
First pitch to Denton is fouled off behind the plate to the backstop. Still bases loaded, but there are 2 outs. Pitch down. Fly ball. Traveling down the right field line. Stayed in play. And the catch is made, but we could not see that.
Hey, how about that?
But that's a great play from the first baseman, Lugvidson. And you're watching Oahe Zap Baseball. We'll be back after a short break. Thank you for watching.
Our number one goal is to educate you. Did you know that this is how the payment processing industry works? There's a cost from the card brands nobody can change. There's junk fees that sound like they fit. Having a custom fit solution is another reason people move to Chip. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
Back after that quick break for the bottom of the third inning. And Brandon, what are your thoughts on that top of the third, especially towards that end?
Well, it was a great catch by Ludvigsen. I mean, like we said, we couldn't see it, and he was able to track it down. And both teams had not been able to track foul pop-ups well throughout much of the first 2 innings, but Ludvigsen does a great job catching it and getting Brady Glenn out of a jam. And Glenn did his part too. He was able to get that first strikeout that I said was really important to get to boost your confidence, to get just at least something building in your mind that, hey, I can get out of this with no damage done. And then he was able to get the force out at home with a great play by Farwell. And then you saw Ludvigsen take advantage of the pitch by Brady Glenn, getting the batter a little bit anxious out on the plate and a little bit ahead of the count. And that's why we're standing still at a 3-1 game. Beautiful plays by the defense and by Brady Glenn have been able to keep this 2-run lead, by the Oahe Zap.
Yeah, that was a great job by him being able to get out of that jam. You love to see that from any type of pitcher, starter or reliever or closer. As now it will be back to this top of the lineup for the Oahe Zap.
Who's number 8?
Excuse me, not top of the lineup. It will be second in the lineup in Ty Farwell. Man who was able to throw out and stop a run from scoring at home. As we move to
For the Zap in the 3rd inning, the 3rd baseman, number 31, Ty Farwell.
Lepe, left side of the rubber. Lefty-lefty matchup.
Farwell last time Flew
Pitch
out
down.
to the center fielder.
Watches ball one high. Still 3-1 ball game. 2-run lead. Lepe's second pitch. Check swing, call down to first. First base umpire says he does go.
You have that Jordan's like, so I'm sorry.
1-1 count. Lepe, leg kick and deals. Pop up, high pop up. Infielders ranging in, catcher underneath it. He will not make the catch, and just like in previous instances there, Brandon, the catchers can't make a play. Only one to make a play on a pop-up is Lugvidson, who retired the side in the top of the third.
Well, those are missed opportunities by the catcher, and those definitely aren't easy by any stretch of the imagination. But plays that you would like to make on defense to retire more batters, and just not able to track it well and catch it.
1-2 count. Comes Stetson, leg kick and deals. Chopper to third in Witt. He'll stumble it, does not get to it, and that will be an infield error from Witt.
He had another one of those plays in the bottom of the first inning where he wasn't able to secure the baseball, and that led to a run scoring. But maybe the grass being a little bit wet affects it, but great job by the Oahe Zap taking advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves.
Pitch down. Another high fly ball. This one to Witt. He gets under it. He'll make the catch. And the runner Farwell, he'll retreat back to first. Good job there from Witt. You like to see that kind of bounce back in baseball. And now Garen Gledhill stepping up. Another lefty-lefty matchup. A lot of these for the Zap, but they have been able to produce. Pitch down. That's a chopper to the first baseman. He can't gather it. Second baseman in Patton. He can't make a throw because no one's covering first. And now another stumble with these infielders, Brandon.
Yeah, Cale McCarville, that was the first baseman, underplayed the ball, it looked like, because he put out his glove, and it was just not out. The ball was out of the reach of him just by a little bit, and it tipped off his glove. Then he stumbled a little bit, was able to collect, but not a great start from the Spuds in this bottom of the third inning. And just self-inflicted wounds, really, from the Spuds, as now we have a meeting at the mound for the Spuds.
Yeah, it's great being able to score runs as we're basically done with that meeting. Just calming down the pitcher in Lepe, telling him he's got it. No need to stress things out as it's still opening day, game one.
Lots of season left to be played as Mason Melton, the second baseman, comes to the plate.
Pitch down. Melton watches ball one low. Still bottom of the third. Runners on first and second. Double check on second. Triple check down. Pitch in the dirt. Runners will stay at second and first. Gledhill at first. Farwell at second. Lepe steps back on the rubber, left side. Lefty-righty matchup. Sets, leg kick and deals. Strike one. Catches up top side.
That is one of the few pitches that this umpire has called where it catches the top of the strike zone. Very few of them has he called for either pitcher in this game so far.
Double check on second, leg kick and deals. Check swing. Umpire, no play. As the runner in Farwell, he'll advance to third.
Yeah, Farwell, he's at a place he's quite comfortable with in the outfield at third base, where he always is.
Well, I know he strikes, he swung at, they told us.
But great opportunity for the Zap to extend their lead by another run as they left another runner. That was Cy Taylor on third base in the previous inning.
Pitch down. Call ball. That will be a walk. We missed a. There we go.
No,
Now
bases loaded.
will be loaded for the Zap.
Your books are amassing your taxes cost checks. Trust Eagle Control.
And now, back-to-back innings of loaded bases. Back-to-back half innings, excuse me.
Number 11, Quinn Ludvigsen.
And now, a great player for the Zap and Ludvigsen.
Struck out his first time at bat in the first inning.
Pitch down. Ludvigsen watches strike one.
First time that's been a strike all night.
First 2 innings, that was not usually called a strike on the top of that strike zone, but here we are in the third, and it is.
Pitch down. Called strike two. And 2 straight strikes from Lepe. Bases loaded, 0-2 count. This is not where you want to be if you're at bat in Ludvigsen. But this is where you want to be in Lepe. Leg kick and deals. Swing and miss into the dirt. Catcher will step on home. And that will be the second out in the bottom of the third.
The shortstop, number 8.
Really missed a great opportunity there with only one out in the inning to get a fly ball, maybe get a sac fly, and put a few runners on second and third home, but not able to do it. And now any ball in play that an outfielder is able to catch is over.
Pop up down the first base line. That will be caught by the first baseman, McCarville. And that will retire the side as we go to another 30-second ad break. Thank you for watching the Oahe Zap.
Our number one goal is to educate you. Did you know that this is how the payment processing industry works? There's a cost from the card brands nobody can change. There's junk fees that sound like they fit. Having a custom fit solution is another reason people move to Chip. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
An ovation, not a standing ovation, but an ovation from the crowd nonetheless.
As I apologize, fans, that I forgot to unmute after the ad break. As we sit in a 2-3 ball game.
Looks like 16 to me, doesn't it, to you? Now pitching from Zap, number 16 from Miles Community College, Pierce Hallowell.
Pierce Hallowell.
No ERA on my end, Brandon. .46 whip with only 4.1 innings pitched in his college season.
I was able to get him on 12.1 innings pitched, but I'm sure definitely not always reliable sources out there for D3 colleges around the U.S. for batting and baseball statistics in general, but 2 wins, has 3 saves on his resume this past year, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs scored on those 6 hits, and 6 walks, had 14 strikeouts.
And coming into a bases loaded opportunity, you have no outs. What do you want to see from your reliever?
Just get the handle down, figure out the strike zone, try to test out the boundaries of it. Get the the batter behind the count. Try to get him in an 0-2 situation and make him work from behind and make him seem like he has to chase everything to try to score more runs and try to tie up this ball game for the Casper Spuds.
Hollowell sets leg kick of deals. Ball low and away outside. As Brady Glenn's line is not done yet, as 3 runners still remain. Hollowell comes to, righty matchup. Sets 2. Foul ball to the backstop netting.
That was a good job. The pitch was a little bit on the inside half of the plate, and you were able to get the batter to chase.
Hollowell. Runners take their advances. Comes to, leg kick of deals. Fly ball down the right field line. That lands fair. 1 run scores. Runner rounds third. And no play at the plate is late. And 2 runs score. And the Casper Spuds take their first lead in this one. It was just a little chopper. Got over the first baseman, Ludvigson, and landed just in fair territory and got down the line.
Yeah, and Witt, great job there, was able to get, as you said, right down the right field line, was able to get ahead of Hollowell and put the Casper Spuds up 4-3, and still runners on the corners for the Spuds.
Runs, pop up, out of play, lands in the stands, maybe on the street. As we hear from our PA announcers that landed on a car. That is not good. Now, Brandon, you said, I bet that someone will hit that bus. I'm pretty sure it was you. Maybe it was another intern.
I don't remember saying that, but I wouldn't count that out.
Bus down the third base line for the Spuds. As Hollowell comes to. Leg kick of deals. Runner runs once again. That's another fly ball out of play. And that's another one onto the street as a player will run to try and get it.
That's what I was going to ask, if it's a Zap player or just the player of the game.
As this 0-2 count, still no outs here in Pierre, South Dakota. Got a pickoff attempt at first. Runners back safe. Hollowell sets. Runner at first is jumping around. Leg kick deals. Runner runs. Ball into the dirt. No play at second. And now runners on third and second. And the Spuds have broken through in this inning and the last one. Hollowell delivers. Ball into the dirt. Almost got the batter. Second field umpire says he did not go. Count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, 2-2. I didn't think he swung either, but then.
2-2, excuse me. Fielder shifted in. Pitch down. Check swing. Call ball. And count will move 3-2.
Yeah, Downing was thinking about it. He got just about halfway through his swing and then immediately pulled back just in time to make sure he didn't go down on strikes.
Pitch down. Chopper down the first base line. That's foul. And count will remain full.
Another good job by Downing to keep this at-bat alive.
Downing.
Try to work yourself into a favorable pitching situation.
Righty-lefty matchup. Favorable. Two ducks on the pond. Pitch down. Fly ball to left field. Left fielder gets under it. Makes the catch. Runner tags. And that will be no play at home as the Spuds tack on another.
Blake Imhoff again, trailing back to grab that high fly ball. Again, nothing powerful enough yet in this game by either teams to make it over the wall, but still effective as there were runners on second and third. And now still one runner at second in the top of the fourth.
And Acid Patton up, he has 2 strikeouts on the day, so a favorable matchup. Maybe wish he came up earlier. Runner runs. And an easy steal. They're not even going to attempt to throw him out at third there. And are you just focusing on the batter in this situation?
At this point, yes. You're just focusing on that next pitch mentality. Get the next batter in line.
Pitch down. That's a fly ball to center field. Center fielder into Carlo. He gets under it and makes the catch at the wall. Runs into it. And great play there as that will retire the side. And now we move to
only
the bottom.
Only two outs.
Only 2 outs, excuse me. That is only the second out. And the runner will score. That was a sac fly. And now it's a 6-3 ball game. Pitch down. Called strike 1. Not a lot of called strikes for the Zap when they're on defense here. Nonetheless, Caden Wilcox struck out and had a fielder's choice. Pitch down. Fly ball just hits the netting. Made me jump a little bit in my seat. Is that even though we have a window, it's not open. Wish I brought my glove if we had that. Pitch down. Ball into the dirt, low and away.
Pierce's control has been a little bit out of whack. He's been able to get 2 batters, but still have work to do against Wilcox.
1-1 count. Called strike.
Wow.
On the inside. That's strike 3, excuse me. And that's a great pitch. Close call there. As Wilcox goes down looking for a backwards K. And we'll move to the bottom of the 4th after this quick ad break. Thank you for watching the Oahe Zap.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm with Chip. We're a local payment processing organization based out of Spearfish, South Dakota. You can think about Chip as an extension of your payroll. With Chip, you get a customized solution for your business, as opposed to if you're just going to go online and find a payment processor, you get whatever they do. It's just whatever they have out of their box is the box that you get put into. With us, we actually are looking at custom solutions that fit what you do. We sit down with you, we break it down so you understand what you're looking at. That way you can make an informed decision about your business and what is the right thing for you to do. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
And now we're back. Don't want to keep it muted as Augie Goethals, the catcher for the Zap, will come up to bat. Still Lepe on the bump, giving up 3 runs as the Spuds tack on multiple runs
5
in that
runs.
4th inning.
And Lepe, after that 3-run first inning, has settled in this game, and he's gotten himself out of a few jams here and there. Third base with Cy Taylor in the second. He was able to get the batter down on strikes, and then bases loaded. He was able to strand all 3 Zap players. So Lepe, he settled in. Glenn was a little bit shaky. That's why they took him out of the ball game. And finally, the Spuds were able to convert and put some runs up on the board. Now the Zap have to answer, and they have to bring their bats in this bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, they did good in the first inning, and it's been dead silent since. In the first inning, DeCarlo singled, he scored. Landon Myers singled, he scored. And then Gledhill scored, but he also got a triple, and he scored on a sac fly from Melton. And now, Augie Goethals, the catcher, and then it goes Blake Imhoff, the left fielder, and then DeCarlo, just like I mentioned. Nonetheless, Lepe, left side of the rubber, sets, comes to Lake Hickadilles. High, ball 1. Almost got over the catcher, and Denton was able to make the catch. Pitch down. Watches ball 2. 2-0 count as the Zap try and get back into this game after giving up a 5 spot in this top of the 4th inning. Pitch down. Swing and a miss. Got it by Goethals. 1-2 count. Pitch down. Chopper down the third base line. That's in foul territory.
Goethals got ahead of that pitch, and he could see where Lupe was going. He pulled it when he was swinging to the left. If that had been between the third baseman and the shortstop, that would have been a base hit into left field. Unfortunately, not to be for this.
2-2. Watches ball 3 outside. You gotta be careful with this umpire. He may call it a ball or a strike. You never know. Lepe comes to Lake Hickadilles. Chopper to the third baseman and Farwell. He will throw it over to first. Makes the catch. That was Witt to McCarville. Retires Goethals.
Left fielder, number 1, Blake Imhoff!
Blake Imhoff, the left fielder, has made a couple plays in this one. Lepe sets and deals. Watches ball 1 high. And I will say, Brandon, Lepe has done good, especially with these lefty-lefty matchups, which is not easy for batters. Pitch down. Swing and a miss into the dirt.
It was a little bit low, but the catcher did a great job at framing the pitch up, and so that he was able to catch the inner part of the plate.
Pitch down. Swing and a miss. Ball goes a little bit by the catcher, but nonetheless, no run on the base pass, so nothing happens. Because now it's a 1-2 count to Imhoff. DeCarlo on deck. 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. Lepe sets, Lake Hickadilles. Pop up, out of play, into the stands on the concourse. Lands on top of the Hyde Stadium sign. Still a 3-6 game here.
2 times before it had hit that Hyde Stadium board, but didn't go over it that time. It was able to roll off the end of the roof, and a little kid got it.
1-2 count. Lepe sets, Lake Hickadilles. Ball into the dirt. Count moves 2-2. Umpire's going to call time. He does not have any more baseballs as he will get a couple.
It's 2-2.
Count stays 2-2. 1 out here. No runners on base. Lepe sets, leg kick and deals. Chopper to the first baseman in McCarville. He will run over, make the play at first for the second out. And Lepe is dealing, Brandon.
Well, I mean, you have this luxury of not having anybody on base, so then you can really say, okay, I can throw any pitch in my arsenal, and it has been working. He's getting the calls that he wasn't earlier, and now he's getting ahead of the count.
First pitch to DeCarlo's called for a strike on the outside black. Bottom of the fourth. 3-6 game. Pitch down. Ball into the dirt. Count move to 1-1. As the Zap will play the Spuds tomorrow. Same time, 6:05. Then 5:05. Pitch down. Called strike 2. And then 5:05 on Sunday.
Well, what you're seeing is a little bit of hot and cold from the Oahe Zap bats today, at least in these first few innings. 3 runs to start off, and then nothing to show for the last few innings.
Leg kick and deals. Ball high. Counts now 2-2. All twos. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lepe. Left side of the rubber. Comes to leg kick and deals. That's a fly ball. Shallow center field. That lands for a base hit from DeCarlo. And he gets his second single of the ball game.
Great job by DeCarlo, just blooping it right over the shortstop and able to drop it right into center field. Center fielder not able to come up and make a play on it. Downing not able to get there in time, and now we have a runner on with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth.
Farwell in his first at-bat flew out to center. Pitch down. Ball into the dirt. DeCarlo will steal second. He's going to round second. He's going for third. No, he will stop and retreat back to second. That would have been a little much aggressive there.
He stumbled a little bit, you could tell, as he was rounding second. His right foot, tripped, and he stumbled a bit. Otherwise, it looked like he was going to dig for third, but ended up, because of the stumble, staying at second.
With DeCarlo on second, Farwell in the box. Lepe double checks, leg kick and deals. Called strike 1. Not a lot of pickoff attempts from Lepe. Pretty sure I've only seen 1 from both teams. As DeCarlo takes his lead. About 3 steps from second. Double check. Lepe steps off. DeCarlo retreats back to second safely. Runner on second, 6-3 game. Pitch down. Ball high. Count will move 2-1. And it's interesting. Normally in your first game of the season, you'll start off a little cold. It was the opposite for the Zap. They started hot, and then they cooled off quickly. Pitch down. Ball inside. And it's a 3-1 count to Farwell. Landon Meyer on deck. Singled in his first at-bat. Flew out to third in his last at-bat in the third. Farwell reached on an error in his last at-bat. Lepe, triple check, pitch down. Swing and a miss from Farwell. That lands into the dirt. The catcher in Denton, he throws over to first. First baseman in McCarville, he leaps, but he lands back on first to retire the side. And now Brandon will take over back in the top of the 5th. You're watching the Oahe Zap as we move to the next ad break.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm with Chip. We're a local payment processing organization based out of Spearfish, South Dakota. You could think about Chip as an extension of your payroll. With Chip, you get a customized solution for your business, as opposed to if you're just going to go online and find a payment processor, you get whatever they do. It's just whatever they have out of their box is the box that you get put into. With us, we actually are looking at custom solutions that fit what you do. We sit down with you, we break it down so you understand what you're looking at. That way you can make an informed decision about your business and what is the right thing for you to do. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
And we are back in Pierre, South Dakota with the score 6-3. The Spuds lead the Zap after a 5-run top of the 4th inning. Nothing from the Zap in the bottom of the 4th as David Denton sets to lead off for the Spuds with Pierce Hollowell coming back onto the mound after taking over from Glenn the last inning. He was able to get out of the inning, but gave up 5 runs when Glenn had gotten the bases loaded, but he had not let up any runs. Pierce, unfortunately for him, let up 5. Denton readies for the first pitch of the at-bat. Down low. 1 ball and no strikes, no outs, nobody on base. 6-3. The Spuds now lead the Zap. Top of the 5th inning. The pitch. And that's up high. 2 balls and a strike. And no strikes, excuse me. Pierce Hollowell deals. Swinging a high fly ball, deep left field. Back is Imhoff at the wall. Will make the catch.
Hey, how about that, folks?
And will retire Denton for the first out of the inning. Beautiful catch again. Imhoff has had 2 catches right up against that left field wall.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, not interesting, but you got to be careful. These walls aren't padded, Brandon. They're wood.
Yes.
A lot of catches up against the walls for the Zap.
Carville, the first baseman, readies, pitch up high from Hollowell. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. In this top of the 5th inning, nobody on base as the Zap trailing by 3. Hollowell deals, swing and a miss on a ball outside.
Good off-speed pitch there from Hollowell. Being able to get McCarville out early.
1-1 the count. Hollowell deals down low and in the dirt. Scooped up by the catcher, Goethals. 2-1 the count on McCarville. McCarville readies. Swing and a miss. He blew it by him on the inside. A little bit high, too. As that evens up the count yet again at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of this 5th inning. Hollowell readies. And a called strike 3 on the outside. Was able to catch the outside of the strike zone, and the umpire concurred with Hollowell that is a strike 3 to give the Zap 2 outs in this inning. And Drew Wardle, the designated hitter, up to bat for the Spuds. No men on base, 2 outs. Hollowell deals down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Hallowell readies for the second pitch of the at-bat. Blows it right by him.
Gotta love seeing that from your pitcher, going after guys. You're down. You can't work around someone. Go after them.
Indeed. Hallowell readies for the third pitch of the at-bat. Deals right down the middle for a called strike 2. And 1 strike away from retiring the side of this Spuds lineup and turning the ball back right over to the Zap batters. And ball down in the dirt.
Leaning towards him. I still
That evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6-3, the Spuds lead in the top of the 5th.
That's just something really quick to play.
yeah. Unless he's like
Hallowell readies the pitch. A little bit inside. Umpire didn't believe that was a strike. And that will give us a full count with nobody on base. Hallowell trying to retire Drew Wardle. Wardle, chopper, and foul goes right back into the concourse after it bounced right off the ground.
Really hoping that hit the concourse because my car's out that way.
We will redo the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on for the Spuds, leading by 3. The pitch, swing and a miss! A little bit down low in the strike zone, and Drew Wardle was chasing that ball right on the outside corner. Hallowell dealing and wheeling in the top of the 5th inning. And we will be back after another ad break. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball.
If you are interested in just learning more about the payment processing industry, or if you're wondering if your rates are good, that's exactly why CHIP exists. We can set up a short meeting to have a discussion about your business. We can evaluate different options and present to you a few different ways. You can give us a ring, 605-569-3752. You can also go to our website, it's chip.cc. We would love to help you.
And we are back with the bottom of the 5th inning. Spuds still leading 6-3. Hallowell able to get by the top of the 5th inning. And now we have Landon Meyer, the right fielder, about to come up to the plate to face off against Luis Lupe. Lupe has settled into this ball game, not allowing any runs to be scored from the Zap, except in the 3-run first inning.
Yeah, and a little interesting, even though Lepe's been doing really good, they're warming up 1 pitcher, maybe 2. Only 1 at the moment, but 2 are back there.
Well, and you're getting into the middle part of the ball game, starting to think about how long Lupe's going to be able to continue his success over the past 5 innings into these next few innings. It's always a good job to be prepared, just in case Lupe gets in a jam like he did in the first inning of play. And anything Landon Meyer has to do that you would suggest or that you would want to see, Nick?
Have his approach just like he did in the first inning. A lot of these guys have smoothed away from their approach where they got hits in the first and second inning, got on, and they haven't since.
Landon Meyer readies for the first pitch of the at-bat, right down the middle for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count, nobody on. Spuds leading 6-3 over the Zap. Bottom of the 5th inning. Second pitch, fouled back. Left field side, out of play. Into the road, looks like. Not where your car is, so you can breathe a sigh of relief for now.
For now, yes, for now. Thankfully, it's only a soft top, so if it hits the roof,
There you go. 0-2 count. Swung on. Fly ball. Center field drops in between the left and center fielder. And digging for second. Now digging for third. And the ball comes in. Slide in is safe. And Landon Meyer starts off the bottom of the fifth inning with a sliding triple. And only 90 feet away from the home plate with Garen Gledhill, the designated hitter, up to bat for the Zap, trailing 6-3, but threatening.
Yeah, speaking of Gledhill, he tripled in his first at bat. Back in the bottom of the first.
Gledhill readies against Lupe. Swung on, high pop up, and looks like we'll get into the stands and bounce out into the road. 0-1 the count, no outs. Man on third is Landon Meyer, the right fielder. Gledhill settles in. Lupe kicks and deals. Swing and fouled back into the netting. 0-2 the count. Umpire goes and retrieves the ball.
Just gotta get it in play. Just gotta get it in play, and you will score Meyer most likely.
Lupe readies. He's up in the count. 2 strikes, no balls, no outs. Fouled back, left field side, out of play. Does it hit the bus? No. Hits the fence. Almost. Close, but no cigar.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm kind of realizing now that I might want to park almost a mile away from this stadium.
All right, Gledhill readies for the 0-2 count. Fouled back again and out of play into the road. Left field side again. Not close to the bus this time, but can't quite see if that hit a car. I don't think it did. Otherwise, it probably would have made it.
Might want to grab another bucket of balls from the shed.
Gledhill readies. You're going to redo the 0-2 count. No outs. Man on third is Landon Meyer. Lupe deals. Fouled back again. Great job working this count is Gledhill as he fouls it back into the netting.
I gotta ask him after this game, does he have a problem with cars or something? Wanting to foul off and possibly hit? Maybe the bus, okay? It's for the Spuds, but stay away from the cars, please, especially mine.
Gledhill to designated hitter. Readies for the 0-2 count. Lupe trying to finish off Gledhill. The pitch. Swung on, chopper. Shortstop gets by him. And incoming to score is Landon Meyer with a stand-up double from Gledhill. Will cut the Spuds lead to 6-4 in the bottom of the fifth. And no outs.
Yeah, you gotta think that's gonna be called the E6 there. Going right under the shortstop in Pock's glove. But nonetheless, that's the score. And now the score is 4-6. Mason Mellon sack flew in his first at bat and then walked in the third.
Fraser batting. Fraser pinch hitting.
The Zap are pinch hitting, I am told. Gavin Frazier settles in. The pitch. Up high, ball one.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Kevin Frazier, middle infielder for the Zap.
Gavin Frazier has played 7 games this year.
University of Pikeville.
As Lupe readies for the 0-1 count. Looks back to first, deals. Strike one right down the middle. Oh, 1-2 the count on Gavin Frazier. Readies, ball up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This past year, Gavin Frazier batting an average of 125, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 6 runs, and 2 walks. Hoping to squeeze Another run in the bottom of the 5th. That ball evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. 6-4. Zap trail by 2. Swing and a miss, but a foul as the catcher wasn't able to collect the tip ball. We'll redo the count. 2-2. 6-4 with no outs. Man on first. Lupe deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out swinging. And the first out of the inning. Lupe finally deals one. And coming up to bat with choosing Texas from Ella Langley is Ludvigsen. Quinn Ludvigsen. Ready for the first pitch of the at-bat. Man on first. Deals. Down the middle for strike 1. 0-1 the count. 1 out. Zap trailing by 2. Trying to tighten this ball game up. Lupe deals. High pop up. Shortstop calling for it. And he grabs it. And that will retire Ludvigsen.
The shortstop, number 8, Cy Taylor.
Cy Taylor, who is stranded on third in the bottom of the 3rd. He's coming back up to the plate as now a meeting at the mound with Lupe ensues for the Casper Spuds. And it looks like they might be, yes, they will be taking him out of the ball game.
Interesting there, taking him out when he's only given up 1 run in this inning. Sure, he's given up 4 total. Just finding it a little interesting. He did good, except for that first inning. He managed it well, as his outing isn't done quite yet.
Well, you could see he's tiring a little bit, and he's been able to get out of a few jams, but I think they want to be on the safe side, put in a fresh arm. Let the new pitcher finish what he started.
You guys know who number 4 is?
As we have number 4 for the Spuds. On our sheets it says Carter Pock, but he's playing short. And this is why you got to get your rosters updated. As we don't quite know who is who.
Now pitching is number 4. We did not have a number 4 on our roster, so if somebody would like to know, let us know who it is. We'd sure be happy to announce him.
The unknown pitcher.
Are we going what tomorrow?
He is readying.
Tomorrow Saturday. We're going up to the Block Cemetery.
Yeah. We got one last. We got to run this last inning.
Yeah, this inning here is where
Kind of wish, Brandon, that these jerseys had last names on them, so
Yeah.
it would be much easier.
somehow got into the 6th inning. It's only the 5th inning.
And as I tried to find the Spuds another roster sheet, can't. It is blank on their website. Ugh.
Batting for the Spuds, number 8, the shortstop, Cy Taylor.
Well, Brandon, at least we know who's at bat.
Yeah, that's true. Cy Taylor readies against the unknown mystery pitcher. Man on first. Taylor readies for the first pitch of the at-bat. Up high, but called strike 1. Pitch, chopper, third base side, fires it over, and McCarville will retire the Oahe Zap. But the Zap able to get one run on the board before
After 5 innings,
getting retired in the bottom of the fifth. The score is 6-4. The Zap have tightened the score, and now the Spuds lead by 2 as they are about to come up to bat in the top of the 6th inning.
season patch magnet.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm with CHIP. We're a local payment processing organization based out of Spearfish, South Dakota. You could think about CHIP as an extension of your payroll. With CHIP, you get a customized solution for your business, as opposed to if you're just going to go online and find a payment processor. You get whatever they do. It's just whatever they have out of their box is the box that you get put into. With us, we actually are looking at custom solutions that fit what you do. We sit down with you, we break it down so you understand what you're looking at. That way you can make an informed decision about your business and what is the right thing for you to do. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
And we are back as the Oahe Zap now trail the Casper Spuds 6-4 as they scored one run in the bottom of the fifth, but unable to mount any other runs on the board. As Hollowell back onto the mound for the Oahe Zap.
Somebody can set up a team. So there's even guys on there that aren't even on the team. Oh. So I saw the program, I'm like, so I'm not sure where it came from. Okay. Yeah, if you guys jump in the game changer, it's great. Yeah. Mostly. Tyson, I'm getting this.
Tyson Milstein, number 26.
Tyson. Yeah, if you jump in the game changer now, it's good.
Oh, yes. Appreciate it.
Tyson Mostentine was the unknown mystery pitcher that we were able to find out who it was for the Casper Spuds.
Friends, we found out the name of the Spud pitcher that came in. Number 4 is Tyson Mosentine.
Milstein out of Colby. Community College, ERA of 12.41.
Number 16, Cal Cozen.
We'll talk about that.
Cal Cozens.
Top of the 7th.
The right fielder readies against Hollowell. 6-4. Zap trail by 2. No outs, no strikes, no balls in this top of the 6th inning as a pitch blown right by Cozens for a strike. 0-1 the count. Cozens readies for the second pitch of the at-bat. Hollowell gets the signal. Pitch. Strike 2 on the inside corner.
0-2 count.
0-2 the count. No outs. No men on base. 6-4. The Oahe Zap trail by 2. Hollowell. Chopper. Right back up the middle. Shortstop couldn't get it. And Cozens struts into first. As that will put the leadoff man aboard. With Carter Pack, the shortstop, on home plate. Excuse me. With the man on first.
A lot of errors from both teams in this one.
Well, it's the first game of the year. You're feeling each other out as that's a throw back to first and in time is Cozens, but still, yes, it's been quite a few mistakes by both teams that have cost them each runs in this ball game. Hollowell readies. The pitch, looking to bunt, is Pack unable to. And that's a strike. 0-1 the count. Pack goes over to his coach. Talk over a few things. And we will resume play. Schofields throws the ball right back to the dugout for the Oahe Zap. 0-1 the count, no outs. Cozens on first. Pack Readies. Hollowell. Kicks and deals. And gets by the catcher. And Cousins will round second. He'll try for third. Will he get there? The throw is not in time. As a sliding attempt by Farwell, but the ball was out in front of him, made him slide back into the field of play, and Cousins was able to slide right in past Farwell and get to third safely, now only 90 feet away, and the pitch, a bunt, but foul territory, back behind the catcher. 1-2 the count on Pack. Cousins, the right fielder, leading off from third. Hollowell readies and delivers. Ball down low. Good stop by the catcher to make sure it didn't get away from him. Evens up the count, 2-2, no outs. Cousins on third. Pack readies. Hollowell delivers. Swing and a foul, third base side, bangs off the roof of the press box, and we'll redo the count at 2-2.
That foul ball is brought to you by Barrow Orthopedics from Payne to
6-4, the Zap trail by 2, trying to get out of a jam as Cousins was able to steal second and third. Now 90 feet away from home plate. The pitch, right down the middle, called strike 3. And Pack struck out looking. And we now have 1 out in the top of the 6th as Cousins is still stranded at third. But now going back to the top of the order with Andrew Witt, the third baseman, readying against Hollowell. Hollowell delivers. Pitch inside for ball 1. 1 out, 6-4. The Zap trail by 2. Cousins still at third. Swing and a foul ball, right field, foul territory. 1-1 the count. 1 out in the top of this 6th inning. Hollowell trying to keep it at a 2-score lead for the Spuds. The pitch. And he did go. Swing and a miss on a ball inside. 1-2 the count. Is Hollowell trying to get out of a jam. 1-2 the count. 1 out. 6-4. The pitch. Strike 3 called.
Gotta love back-to-back strikeout looking.
Andrew Witt was tempted to go and swing at that. Held off for a moment, but it was a strike nonetheless. And we have 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Hollowell trying to strand Cousins at third after he stole second and third.
Center fielder number 11, Alex Downing.
Alex Downing, the second fielder, working on a righty-lefty matchup. Readies the pitch. Foul back and out of play. Will it go into the lake? No. It does. It hops over the fence, and it goes into Governor's Lake.
I wonder how many goals are marked at the bottom of Capitol Lake.
Downing readies for the 0-1 delivery. Pitch inside. Sliding catch made by Goethals.
You think the moms have to tell their kids not to jump in the lake to go after the baseballs?
Probably some energetic ones. Hollowell readies for the 1-1 delivery. Downing. And the pitch inside for strike 2. And Hollowell 1 strike away from getting out of a man on third base jam, as that's Cousins standing eagerly with a lead at third base. Pitch down low, and a great stop by Goethals. The ball nearly got away from him, and Cousins was tempted to try to steal home, but didn't.
I don't know about a great stop, but yeah,
It was enough of a
It
stop.
was thankful that Cousins stopped and started back. He could have easily scored on that one.
Swinging a chopper right back up the field into center field, and Cousins will score easily. And a stand-up double from Alex Downing expands the lead for the Spuds, 7-4.
Next up
Yep.
is the mirror batter.
Great routine single right there from
Madison Patton.
Downing, just being able to get that straight up the middle.
Hollowell working on Patton, the second baseman. Man on first is Alex Downing. Trying to limit the damage to only 1 run scored for Hollowell.
If your batter strikes out, fans of legal drinking age receive $1 off beer for the remainder of the inning. So get loud and help cheer.
As Hollowell ready for the first pitch of the at-bat after he checked the runner at first. Hollowell delivers. And a called strike as the throw to second is in time! And the Zap are able to pick off Alex Downing, trying to steal second. And we will move to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score 7-4. The Zap trail by 3 to the Casper Spuds.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm with Chip. We're a local payment processing organization based out of Spearfish, South Dakota. You could think about Chip as an extension of your payroll. With Chip, you get a customized solution for your business, as opposed to if you're just going to go online and find a payment processor. You get whatever they do. It's just whatever they have out of their box is the box that you get put into. With us, we actually are looking at custom solutions that fit what you do. We sit down with you, we break it down so you understand what you're looking at. That way you can make an informed decision about your business and what is the right thing for you to do. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
We will be moving to the bottom of the 6th inning where the Zap trails 7-4. As they jumped out initially to a 3-run lead, but not able to hold that lead, getting a little bit complacent here and there. Stranding, Cy Taylor at third, and then stranding, the bases loaded. Lupe, initially the starting pitcher for the Spuds, was able to do his job.
Yeah, Lepe, his final stats, 4 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
As the mystery pitcher who we acknowledged earlier is Tyson Mosentine out of Colby Community College, the right-handed pitcher. As this past year for Colby, he had 12.1 innings pitched, had 2 wins, a loss, allowed 19 hits, 3 runs on those 19 hits, walked 14 batters, and struck out 13. Zap just trying to crawl back into this ball game. They've definitely had their fair share of opportunities, just not able to capitalize on them and leaving quite a few men on bases stranded.
And there's a pinch hitter,
For the Zap in the 6th.
Briggs Richard.
Batting for Oahe Zap, number 14, Briggs Richard.
Briggs Richard,
One of those guys whose name sounds like it should be the other way around.
currently uncommitted, was at Milligan College this past year. Readies
Oh, now they got a new pitcher.
from Mosentine. The pitch, strike 1 called. 0-1 the count. No outs, no men on base. Zap trailing 7-4. Pitch, grounder, right back up the middle. Shortstop collects, throws to first, and is in time. As McCarville was able to collect the pass and stretch out and retire Richards, the pinch hitter.
Batting for Blake Imhoff, number 9, Connor Gold!
As we got maybe a elementary schooler being the bat boy for the Zap.
Connor Goldberg. Ready's the first pitch offering is a strike right down the middle. 0-1 the count, 1 out. No men on base for the Zap. Connor Goldberg. Fly ball, foul territory, and will land out of play. 0-2 the count now on Goldberg.
First pitch was a strike too? Yes.
Goldberg readies for Mustantine. Pitch down low and outside.
Now pitching for
Ball 1.
number 21, Jake McMahon.
Top of the 8th, we're going to do like some for the veterans stand up.
Okay.
And we won't have any music for tonight, but I'll get some.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you.
So,
The pitch
is somebody gonna announce that down?
on the inside.
Melanie will announce it.
Okay.
Called ball 2. Evens up the count.
Guys, 21 is pitching now, Jake McMahon.
Jake McMahon, the pitcher who just entered the ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Casper Spuds. Pitch down low and outside. Gives us a full count on Connor Goldberg. Goldberg gets back in the batter's box. McMahon settles at the mound. Delivers. Grounder right back to the shortstop. Throw is late and not accurate as it gets past the first baseman McCarville and running right into second easily is Goldberg for a stand-up double, but definitely aided by the shortstop's mishandling of the ball. That was Carter Pack.
Center fielder, number 5, Dominic Dakota!
Who fumbled the ball, threw it late, and then the first baseman, McCarville, not able to collect. Goldberg at second. McMahon looks back at second. Now the first pitch offering is up high, ball 1. DeCarlo readies. Pitch up high again. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out. Man on second is Goldberg. McMahon looks back at second and delivers a ball high. 3 balls and no strikes. McMahon checks in with his third baseman. Now ready's at the mound for the 3-0 offering. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Strike 1. On the outer half of the plate, but caught inside the strike zone. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 7-4. The Zap trail by 3 with a man on second with Goldberg. McMahon looks back to Goldberg. Now the pitch. Swung on. Right back to the pitcher. He collects, shovels it over to first, and McCarville will retire to Carlo. But Goldberg goes to third with 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th. Trying to tighten this ball game up once again to 2 runs are the Zap, trailing 7-4 as a pitcher's meeting ensuing at the mound for McMahon, with Farewell coming to the plate.
Yeah, a little bit of pitcher's meeting. McMahon got a little hit on that last pitch. Just making sure he is fine.
Ty Freddy's
The third baseman, number
2 outs. Trying to score Goldberg and cut this lead once again to 2. 7-4, Zap trail in the bottom of the 6th. McMahon ready, he's on the mound for the first pitch offering to Farwell. The pitch catches the bottom of the strike zone for strike 1. Farwell, the third baseman, readies for the 0-1 offering. McMahon delivers down low. Ball 1, evens up the count. Farwell swings. A grounder to the second baseman. He collects after he bobbled it. Throw to first is not in time. And Farwell is able to score Goldberg. A diving attempt made by the first baseman. That was Cale McCarville. Or excuse me, the second baseman, Addison Patton. He bobbled it for a second. Threw it to McCarville, but not in time. And that cuts the lead, 7-5 now as the Zaps still trail by 2. With Landon Meyer, the right fielder, up to bat. The pitch, strike 1 down the middle. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, 7-5. The Zap trail. And on first is Farwell. McMahon delivers. Pitch swung on and foul tipped as he swung at the pitch down the middle. 0-2 the count. Man on first is Farwell. Meyer sets over the plate. Umpire and catcher readies. McMahon gets the sign, looks back to first. Now sets and deals. Swing and a miss! He got him with the fastball right down the heart of the plate. And that will retire the Zap, but not before getting a run to cut the lead back to 2 for the Zap. 7-5, they trail going into the top of the 7th, where my partner Nick Bennett will take over. You've been watching Oahe Zap Baseball.
If you are interested in just learning more about the payment processing industry, or if you're wondering if your rates are good, that's exactly why CHIP exists. We can set up a short meeting to have a discussion about your business. We can evaluate different options and present to you a few different ways. You can give us a ring, 605-569-3752. You can also go to our website, it's chip.cc. We would love to help you.
Now it's time for some top of the 7th baseball. And not pretty sure, leading off will be Addison Patton for the Spuds as they lead it 7-5. Zap did bring back 1 run as they've kind of been a little bit clawing back like a cat at a little cat tree, trying to get to the top and top over the Spuds.
Yeah, they've continually been playing second fiddle to the Spuds ever since that 3-run first inning. They've just continually played catch up, and now as you can hear on the live stream, Beer Never Broke My Heart, the song from Luke Combs is on. So we have our beer batter of the game, Addison Patton, the second baseman, going to come up to bat against Hollowell.
No, actually, it is a new pitcher. It is Austin Aroka.
Oh, wow. Hollowell, you could see, had been tiring. He had been getting in a few jams. He was able to get out of it. But Austin Aroka played 16 games this past year and has pitched 20 innings. Gave up 35 hits, 27 runs in those 20 innings.
As Aroka's just doing some practice, hoping to come out pitching hot as the Zap tried and limit the Spuds and get back. to beating them and hopefully start off this season with a 1-0 start. If not, the season's still long. It's 50 games. 30 of them are home, so make your way out to Pierre, South Dakota at Hyde Stadium, a little bit north of the Missouri River.
It's been a fun-filled game so far. I think we can both attest to the competitiveness of both teams as we resume action.
Roca, the righty, sets, leg kick and deals. Bunt shown, pulls it back for ball one, low and away. A little interesting there with Aroka's leans down, almost gives you the feel of Craig Kimbrell before he pitches. Sets, leg kick and deals. That's another ball, low and away to the batter and Patton. Patton has struck out twice and hit a sac fly to center field back in the top of the fourth inning. Pitch down. Called strike one on the outside. Well, interesting. I didn't notice it till that pitch. A little bit of a sidearm submarine pitcher from Aroka. Sets, leg kick and deals.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because when you look at him, he starts off his windup. He brings his arm back. It's overhand, but then he shifts it to underhand and then sidearms it with a little flick of the wrist.
Leg kick and deals. Ball inside. Almost looked like it hit the batter, but nonetheless, that's a first at-bat walk.
Number 13, Caden Wilcox.
Caden Wilcox has struck out twice, once looking and once swinging. As Aroka will set, fires. Ball gets knocked by, but throw down to second. Easy steal there from Penn.
Well, you had the second baseman converge, but then the shortstop had to go get the ball, and he just didn't get over there in time, and he got it to him on a one-hopper.
Little miscommunication there. Possibly easy to fix throughout this season. Roca sets, deals. Lays down a bunt. Umpire says he went. Missed bunt. Count will move to 1-1.
Man, the Spuds have been the king of the bunts today, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, they played really good small ball early on, and they bunted to a bases loaded. Didn't score. Second pitch. Not second pitch. Third pitch called for a strike. 1-2 now. Yeah, they didn't score, but they laid down some beautiful bunts down the third base line. Possibly one here. Not likely with 2 strikes. 1-2. Pitch into the dirt. Runner and Patton will stay as he jogs back to second.
And you can see when Aroka misses in this inning, it's been down low and usually away. And the Spuds batters have been able to deduce that and stay away and not reach.
Deals. That's a grounder to the shortstop in Taylor. He throws over first, makes the out, but the runner and Patton will advance to third.
Yeah, and it's a hard play to first, but it's a good play nonetheless just to get one out, get Aroka settled in a little bit. He'd been a little bit shaky. His control had been a little bit all over the place, so hopefully this will settle him down and limit the damage and maybe get out of this inning.
The catcher and David Denton. 0 for 0 today. Pitch down. Watches the ball. One inside. He walked in his first at bat and then has flown out in back-to-back times. Once to first and one to left. Pitch down. Chopper back to the backstop for strike one. And the infielders in the Zap, just like in the first couple innings where the Spuds laid down those bunts, they are shifted all in, possibly expecting a sack bunt here as the Spuds lead 7-5. Pitch down. Ball into the dirt, low and away once again. Just like you said, that has been his miss spot since coming in. 2-1 count. Nothing happening. Sets. Nope. Time called. We're going to have a pitcher's meeting between just the pitcher and his catcher in Goethals. Excuse me, not Goethals anymore. Richard. As they will back up and go back to their spots.
Yeah, just to settle his pitcher down and give him a few options and talk to him about some things to do next and how to get just this batter out and focus on one pitch at a time.
2-1 count. Chopper back to the Spuds dugout. As Aroka will step back onto the rubber. Denton in the box. Righty. Matchup. 2-2 count. The delivery. Watches ball 3 low. And the count will be full. Spuds lead 7-5. Possibly of making it 8-5 here. With the runner in Patton at third. Baroka sets. Leg kick and deals. Swing. Chopper. That's a foul tip. Hits the catcher. Goes foul. Count will remain 3-2. Patton takes his 3-step lead at third. You can see the sky setting with the shades. Pitch down from Aroka. That's a line drive into shallow left field. That will score Patton. And that's an RBI single there from Denton.
Good job by Denton getting out and over the pitch and ahead of it. And he's able to just swing. He's able to get out and over because the pitch was over the plate. He's able to just swing and make contact. A beautiful liner and drops a bloop right into shallow left center field.
Cale McCarville, the first baseman. Runner runs. That's a chopper to the third baseman in Farwell. He throws over to first, makes the out. And the runner in Denton advances to second. Gets out of the double play with the runner in motion. Almost thought about going to third. Got back safely. As the left side of the infield has been busy today. A lot of ground balls to both teams. And their shortstop and third baseman. As Aroka will be tying his shoe on the bump. 2 outs stay here in Pierre, South Dakota, home of your Oahe Zap. Runner takes his lead at second in Denton. Wardle in the box. Righty matchup still. 0-0. Call ball low. 8-5 game. Here as the Spuds lead. Top of the 7th. Still some time for the Zap to come back. Roka sets and deals. Call ball low and away. That will be 2-0 count. So Wardle trying to score Denton. At least advance him. Here with 2 outs. 2-0 count. Ball 3 low and away. 3-0 count. Some breeze in the press box. A little breezy. Not much out there. 3-0 count. That's a fly ball. Shallows left field. Makes the catch. Retires the side. Only 1 run, but that's makes it 3 runs. As we move to another ad break, you're watching the Oahe Zap Live.
Spuds in the 7th.
If you are interested in just learning more about the payment processing industry, or if you're wondering if your rates are good, that's exactly why CHIP exists. We can set up a short meeting to have a discussion about your business. We can evaluate different options and present to you a few different ways. You can give us a ring, 605-569-3752. You can also go to our website, it's chip.cc. We would love to help you.
As we are having kids run around in the stadium.
Yeah, a little 7th inning stretch. And I was going to say before the commercial break, but anywho, the point is going to be taken anyways. But you look at the batter was ahead in the count 3-0. Oroka was in trouble. And instead, you line out to left field in Blake Imhoff, and you now end the inning. You had a threat brewing. You were already up 3. So some good fortune for Oroka there, as he had gotten down in the count multiple times throughout that inning. And that time was able to be bailed out by not a wise swing.
Pepsi merch trailer. With every poster you purchase, you
Yeah.
get free. And
Landon Meyer will lead it off as we do some more pitching. Believe McMahon's still on the bump.
Yeah, and there's no reason to take him off. He was successful. He only let off the 1-run score in the bottom of the 6th. And for the Spuds right now, they're just trying to go into damage control, make sure that the Zap don't get any momentum here in these last few innings, and make sure they can get out of here with a win and come back tomorrow with the same energy they came out with
Pierre and Gledhill in the 7th.
in the last few innings, instead of falling flat in the first like they did today.
Quinn Teets pinch hitting for Meyer. Check swing called, strike 1.
Yeah, and Teets out of Dakota State. You look at, he's only played 32 games. He's stolen 15 bases, though, in 16 attempts, so he's very successful in that department.
Second pitch called for a ball. 1-1. Fouled off. Hits the Hyde Stadium sign, bounces onto the concourse. Count will move 1-2. And good swings from the Zap. They're just being a little too early, a little too late, a little underneath. Can't square it up. 1-2 deals. Ball into the dirt. Catcher loses his glove. Loses his mask, excuse me, not his glove. As Teets tries to lead it off and get on for the Zap. Count will remain 1-2. McMahon deals. Teets watches, ball 2. 2-2 count. A little more breezy as the American flag.
3-2.
3-2, excuse me. Full count. Pitch down. Watches strike 3 looking.
Wow. Great framing by the catcher, David Denton. The ball was down low, and he was able to shift up the ball immediately into the corner, the outside corner of the strike zone. The umpire saw that, called the strike 3, and the Zap slowly losing chances to get back into this ball game.
Pitch down. Watches strike 1. Gavin Frazier up.
Yeah, Gavin Frazier watched as that was a ball down low and outside.
1-1 count. Chopper to third base. He gathers it,
Wow.
goes over to first, scooping a catch. And what a play from Witt, being able to stumble, still make the play, gets to his feet, and throws to McCarville to make the out.
Yeah,
And wow!
Andrew Witt had stumbled, and I remember in the 2 innings ago, he stumbled and he didn't collect the ball, and that led to a run scoring for the Zap. This time, not so fast. He nabs that ball and throws right on time to McCarville for the out.
Ethan Pitcher up now, pinch hitting. Pitch down. Watches ball 1. Pitcher pinch hitting for Ludvigsen. Pitch down. Watches ball 2 inside and high. Spuds lead it 8-5 as they try to limit the Zap here. Pitch down. Watch the strike 1 down the middle. 2-1 count. 2 pitcher. Leg kick and deals. That's a chopper to the pitcher and McMahon. He underhands it to McCarville at first. And the Zap go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th. And back to Brennan to take it over for the remaining 2 innings and hope that the Zap can come back and take over the Spuds as we send it to another ad break.
Our number 1 goal is to educate you. Did you know that this is how the payment processing industry works? There's a cost from the card brands nobody can change. There's junk fees that sound like they fit. Having a custom fit solution is another reason people move to Chip. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
And welcome back to Pierre, South Dakota, where the Zaps still trail the Casper Spuds, this time by a score of 8-5, as they have been unable to claw their way back after a 5-run 3rd inning from the Spuds. First got them over the hump of the 3-run 1st inning that the Zap took the lead on, and have continually played catch-up and still trail 8-5 as we enter the top of the 8th inning. Cal Cosens will lead off, the right fielder. As Aroka warms up.
I'm very nervous that I'm going to run out of food. That's a good problem to have.
Cal Cosens with a fly out to the left fielder, Blake Imhoff. Then scored on a triple, then scored in another triple with an error by the shortstop, and then struck out swinging.
Now pitching for the Zap, number 26, Carson Dupuis.
But it's here, but Pizza Hut was okay.
Batting for the Spuds, the 8, the right fielder, number 6, Cal 16, Cal Cosens.
Carson Dupuis
But I have Pizza Hut on Sunday.
pitching now for the Oahe Zap, who are trailing 8-5 against Cosens. The first pitch, Cosens looking to bunt. Instead, takes a ball up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Second pitch, up high again. 2 balls and no strikes. Dupuis high in the first 2 pitches. The third pitch down low and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Not the start you want out of Dupuis. 3-0 the count. Dupuis working on Cosens. The pitch. And that's up high again, and he walked him. 4 straight balls. will get the leadoff man aboard. That's Cosins.
The shortstop, number 1, Carter Attack.
Now Carter Patak, the shortstop, up to the home plate. The man on first, Dupuis. Readies for the first pitch of the at-bat. First 4 pitches were all balls. This time a strike on the inside part of the outside part of the plate. Excuse me. 0-1 the count, no outs. 8-5. The Zap still trail the Spuds. Pitch, bunt, foul territory though, and it goes out of play on the third base side. 0-2 the count. Dupuis readies on Patak. The offering swung right back up the middle. Diving catch made by the second baseman to second for 1, but wasn't able to turn it into a double play. And Patak will beat it out with no throw from the second baseman. That'll turn 1 out.
Number 2, Andrew Witt.
And Andrew Witt, as we go back to the top of the order, will get up to bat for the Casper Spuds, who are currently up in this ball game, 8-5. Dupuis sets and deals, and a bunt shown and a pitch outside for strike 1. Man on first. Dupuis working on a 1-out situation. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Blew it by Witt. Witt, the third baseman. Readies for the 0-2 count. 1 out. Man on first. 8-5. Casper Spuds on top of the Zap as the throw to first. Back in time is Patak.
Good stop there from first baseman, not being able to let it go.
And that's Ludvigsen was able to catch the ball outside on the dirt. Speaking of outside, that's ball 1. 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Dupuis looks back to first, deal, swing and a miss.
That's strike 3 and a long walk back to the dugout.
And that's the second out of the inning as Andrew Witt goes back to the dugout. Denied again.
Number 11.
There's a man still on first. That's Patak. Now with 2 outs in the top of this 8th inning. 8 runs scored by the Spuds. Only 5 for the Oahe Zap. As Alex Downing, the center fielder. The high pitch is a ball. Throw to second is not in time for Patak as he will slide into second with a stolen base. Ball was high and the throw not in time. Patak in scoring position. Downing readies the 1-0 count. Pitch, strike 1, down the middle. Evens up the count. 2 outs. Man on second. Zap trailing 8-5. The pitch, fouled away. Third base side. Still a 0-2 count, 2 outs. Man on second is Patak. Dupuis trying to preserve this 3-point deficit for the Zap. Pitch swung on, tapped, and an out. Is Downing is retired for the 3rd out of this top of the 8th inning. And we go to the middle of the 8th inning with the score 8-5. The Zap coming up to the plate next, trying to cut into this lead.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm with Chip. We're a local payment processing organization based out of Spearfish, South Dakota. You can think about Chip as an extension of your payroll. With Chip, you get a customized solution for your business, as opposed to if you're just going to go online and find a payment processor, you get whatever they do. It's just whatever they have out of their box is the box that you get put into. With us, we actually are looking at custom solutions that fit what you do. We sit down with you, we break it down so you understand what you're looking at. That way you can make an informed decision about your business and what is the right thing for you to do. Visit chip.cc and book an appointment.
As we move towards the bottom of the 8th, the Oahe Zap trying to claw their way back 8-5.
Yep.
Okay.
3-1 deficit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you suggest someone different?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I was thinking of Dominic DiCarbo. He got 2 hits and made a real nice catch in the outfield, but I'm fine with whatever.
That's fair. Dominic DeCarlo. That's fine.
As we
One of those two.
await my play-by-play
On the bottom of the
That's
eighth
true.
and about on range 2.
to come back as he gets his headset as we try to pick the player of the game.
I'm back. Don't worry. All right.
Darn. Thought I would get more. It's fine. I'll have more tomorrow.
And looks like we have a new pitcher
Number 9, Cooper Robinson.
as Cooper Robinson. He's in the ball game for the Casper Spuds out of Gordon State.
It is not Cooper Robinson, as he is a righty. On the mound is a lefty.
And you are right. It is number 9, though.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Must have changed up numbers again.
The shortstop, number 8, Cy Taylor.
Cy Taylor up to bat for the Oahe Zap, trying to cut into this 3-point lead for the Casper Spuds. Cy Taylor watches the first pitch. A little bit low off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. No outs, nobody on base in the bottom of this 8th inning for the Zap.
Okay. Correction on the pitcher for the Spuds, number 9, Jonathan Mendez.
Jonathan Mendez, the pitcher, not Cooper Robinson. So that's a strike, 2-1 the count.
I'm going to have to redo this roster that I typed off of the because they changed it.
Swing and a miss. He blew it by Cy Taylor. As that evens up the count now, 2-2 with no outs. Zap trailing by 3. Mendez readies. 2-2 delivery. And a called strike 3 at the last moment. Umpire was a little bit hesitant as he was on the outer half of the plate.
The catcher.
But the umpire reluctantly gave the strike 3 call. And down goes Cy Taylor.
And now it's the uncommitted man and Briggs Richard. Grounded out to shortstop in his last at bat.
Briggs readies. Menendez, swing and a foul tip out of play. Is trying to blow a fastball right by him. Just got enough of a piece of it. But still a strike nonetheless. 0-1 the count, 1 out, 8-5.
Umpires talking to the pitcher Mendez.
As we resume play, catcher and umpire both put their masks back on.
Oh, so he was wasting some time so the catcher could recover.
The pitch from Mendez. pitch on the outside, not a strike, instead of ball, 1-1. Evens up the count, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. Zap trailing by 3. Mendez, the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch down low and inside. 1-2. Zap running out of chances. Mendez readies, no men on base. Readies. The pitch. Swing and a high pop-up, shallow right field. Gets under it, and that's the first baseman, McCarville. He will retire.
Richards.
Fielder, number 9,
Connor Goldberg. Pinch hitter. With 2 outs, nobody on for the Oahe Zap. Trying to get something going and get a spark to try to fuel a comeback in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch from Mendez. Swing and a miss. High fastball inside. 0-1 the count.
Goldberg reached on an error to shortstop, came around to score. Back in the bottom of the 6th.
The pitch down low and outside. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Zap hitters have been cold as of recently. The pitch, swing and a high, pop up, shallow right center field, catch is made, and we will move to the top of the 9th with the Zap trailing still by 3
No runs for the Zap in the 8th.
with a prayer left.
Score, the Spuds 8, the Zap 5.
If you are interested in just learning more about the payment processing industry, or if you're wondering if your rates are good, that's exactly why CHIP exists. We can set up a short meeting to have a discussion about your business. We can evaluate different options and present to you a few different ways. You can give us a ring, 605-569-3752. You can also go to our website, it's chip.cc. We would love to help you.
And we are back for the top of the 9th inning, where the Zap are in the outfield, still trailing 8-5, with only a half inning left on home plate as the batters trying to at least crawl back into this ball game and try to tie up this game to go to extra innings or win it. But they have gone cold from the batter's box since that 3-run first inning, only getting 2 runs, 1 in the 5th and 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Last bottom of the 2 innings, they have not gotten a single run across home plate. As Dupuis readies on the mound. It's Addison Patton looking to lead off this top of the 9th inning. Zap have made critical errors at the wrong time, leaving the bases loaded, leaving Cy Taylor at third, and finally,
14, Addison Patton.
the Zap defense broke in that 4th inning. And here we are, still trailing 8-5 as Addison Patton at the plate. Dupuis working with no men on base. The pitch down the middle for strike 1. Trying to get out of this half inning with the least amount of resistance as you can to get the Zap batters back up at the plate. And there you go, strike 2 blown right by Addison Patton. He swung at it and missed. 0-2 the count, no outs, no men on base. Pitch dropped by the catcher, but still a called strike 3 as that was down the middle as well. 3 gutsy pitches made by Dupuis right down the heart of that plate, and Addison Patton stood staring at them, at two of them. The second pitch he swung on and missed, and Dupuis readies for the first pitch of the offering against Caden Wilcox, the left fielder. That missed horribly outside. 1 ball and no strikes, 1 out. Wilcox settles in. 1-0 pitch, swung on, back up the middle to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time to retire Wilcox.
Quick dealing from Dupuis.
Catcher, number 10.
Indeed.
Denton.
Let's see if Dupuis can get a 1-2-3 inning. Give the Zap a little bit of hope going into this bottom of the 9th inning.
Denton 1 for 3 on today.
The catcher looks on as a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
Walked in his first at bat in the top of the second.
Deals down low on the outside.
Flew out to first in the 4th and flew out to left field in the 6th and then got a single in the 7th.
1-1 the count, 2 outs, swing and a miss. Pitch was down low, but Denton chased it still. 1-2 the count, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. One more strike, and the Zap get their chance to try to tie up or win this ball game in the 9th. Dupuis deals, fouls it back right into the Hyde Stadium board. We'll redo the 1-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Denton steps into the batter's box. Dupuis gets the sign, readies and deals. Swing and a miss down low. It was tipped. The catcher collects, throws to first in time. And now we will move to the bottom of the 9th with the Zap hopes hanging on by a thread, 8-5.
If you
No
are
runs
interested
for the
in
Spuds
just learning more about the payment processing industry, or if you're wondering if your rates are good, that's exactly why CHIP exists. We can set up a short meeting to have a discussion about your business. We can evaluate different options and present to you a few different ways. You can give us a ring, 605-569-3752. You can also go to our website, it's chip.cc. We would love to help you.
Think of Carson Dupuis as the player of the game if nobody does anything in the ninth. Two scoreless innings, 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
And we are back with the last half inning of play at Hyde Stadium in the opening game of the season, of the 2026 Independence League season. As the Oahe Zap trail the Casper Spuds 8-5, they started off on a hot streak, having scored 3 in the bottom of the first inning, but only scoring 2 in the next consecutive 7 innings of play. Mendez still on the mound for the Casper Spuds. As DiCarlo will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning, trying to mount a comeback that has evaded the Zap throughout this ballgame. They scored in consecutive innings, the bottom of the 5th and the bottom of the 6th, 1 run each. But each time,
For the Zap in the ninth.
the Casper Spuds answered the bell.
Dominic DiCarlo!
And DiCarlo, the center fielder, sets up against Mendez, trying to give the Zap a spark in this bottom of the 9th inning on their last breath. Mendez kicks and deals, swing and a miss at a pitch down low and in the dirt. Not a great start, but we'll see how DiCarlo can bounce back in an 0-1 count. No outs, no men on base. Bottom of the 9th, Zap trailing by 3. Pitch from Mendez. Pitch down low, framed well, but not quite well enough for the umpire's liking. 1-1 the count. No outs to Carlo. Trying to do whatever he can to extend this inning. Mendez, the pitch down low and outside. 2-1 the count. Carlo's been one of the few bright spots hitting today for the Oahe Zap as he watches a strike 2 on the outside. That evens up the count, 2-2. DeCarlo down to his last strike. The pitch up high. And that now we go to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. DeCarlo. Readies in the batter's box. 8-5. They trail the Casper Spuds. Mendez kicks and deals. The pitch outside. He walked DeCarlo. And the leadoff man, DeCarlo, will reach first base with Farwell, Ty Farwell, the third baseman, up to bat.
Number 31, Ty Farwell.
Mendez looks back to first. Now kicks and deals to Farwell. Pitch called strike on the inside corner. Initially looked a little bit low, but good frame up by the catcher. Able to catch the corner. 0-1 the count, no outs. Mendez deals. Pitch catches the lower part of the strike zone for an 0-2 count to Farwell. No outs. Bottom of the ninth. DeCarlo leading off at first. Mendez looking his way, then looks back to home plate. Deals, swing and a miss. And down goes Ty Farwell, the first out of this bottom of the ninth inning. As Landon Meyer, the right fielder, will come up to bat. A lefty-lefty matchup for Mendez and Meyer. Meyer readies. Mendez deals. Swinging a high fly ball. Center field. And will camp under it and make the catch. And that's Alex Downing for the second out of the inning. Struck well, but not hard enough.
The designated hitter, number 4,
Quentin Dees. Teets, excuse me. At the plate. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Man on first. High pop-up. Shallow right field. It is playable and it will be caught for the final out of this game as the Casper Spuds come back and steal Game 1 of this 3-game series against the Oahe Zap 8-5. A competitive, spirited ball game and a great showing of some things to come for this Independence League season in 2026 as the Oahe Zap fall to 0-1 on the season and the Casper Spuds go to 1-0 on the season. And Nick, just some things to wrap up and tie some loose ends before we go to tomorrow's game, and maybe some lessons and some things to practice on and chew on before tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the pitching needs to be a little better. I would say be more aggressive with your pitching attack. Even though if it's bases loaded, you want to attack. You have 0 outs, 1 out with bases loaded. You want to be able to attack and be able to limit damage. And I will say the hitting, they did good. I would say, in my opinion, others may not think that. I think Landon Meyer deserves player of the game. He got a triple in the 5th inning. He got a single in the first, was one of the only people to score in the first inning. And then he scored in the 5th inning also with that triple. So he went 2 for 4 on the day. He singled and tripled, and then he flew out to third base and then to center field just like in this last inning. But yeah, I think the hitting did good. We got to stop looking at strikes. We struck out a decent amount of times. We struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. That, in my opinion, that just can't happen.
No, and you go cold for a period of time, and it's really hard to get back into the rhythm of the game. And it's a hard-fought ball game, but it's a tough loss because you had it. You had the exact start you wanted out of the gate, and that's what you didn't have last year. Was just a great start to the season, and this was a great start to the ball game. Just couldn't finish. And a good job. Credit to the Casper Spuds. They made the plays that were necessary, but it's only the first game of the 3-game series, so a lot of ball left to be played in this series and in the rest of the season. 49 more games to go. We're excited to bring you the Oahe Zap home games. I hope you are to listen to us and to watch the games. It's one of the greatest sports in all of human history, and there's a reason why we call it America's pastime. It's a great night to be out in the ballpark, and we thank you for joining us on the live stream at home. And if you can make it out tomorrow night, 6:05 here at Hyde Stadium, we'd love to have you against the Casper Spuds. Again, the Zap will be playing them in the 3-game series, So we thank you for watching this live stream. Have a great night, everybody.